She's your queen to be, a queen to be forever, a queen who'll do whatever His Highness desires. She's your queen to be, a vision of perfection, to be used at your discretion, waiting only for your direction. Your queen to be. I'm sorry.
Of course, before we get started, if you're about making that bread, head over to the Bread brand. Follow them on Instagram and let them know that Wackoe sent you. For this first segment right here, my boy 60 East, who has a podcast called On the Road with 60 East, basically interviews different types of artists that are on tour and on the road. For this podcast, we met up with Prof, who is signed with Rhymesayers and is on tour off his latest album, Pookie Baby. Now, it was really cool chilling with the guy, and shout out to Prof, even though he even had a massive hangover from partying the night before.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
So check this clip out from the interview with Prof on the road with 60 East.
Oh man, how you been?
I've been good, man. The tour's been a lot of fun. I'm hungover today. Probably the most hungover I've been on tour. This tour in particular.
I'm at the top of my game, you know what the deal is. Somebody.
I was watching a lot of your tour recap videos. I seen you swallow a fish.
Yeah, I was really, oh man, that's old school. I was really drunk in some city, and I was like, if I catch you, I was in an after party in someone's house, and I was like, you think I can catch your fish in your aquarium? They're like, fuck no. I was like, let's make a deal. If I can catch your fish, I'm fucking eating that shit. And they were like, no way. And I was like, swag, fucking got it. Really hard. Touring musicians is really fucking hard, and the support that we get at those shows and the love that we get is like the only reason why we're out there and, you know, sacrificing our body, our soul. You know, it's dangerous driving everywhere, you know, like and we've seen so many seeing so many accidents where people fucking die, and we're right there, you know. We've seen that so many fucking times, and when you travel the country that many times, like, we haven't been in an accident yet. Is like every tour, before every tour under my belt, I'm like, we still haven't got an accident. I'm like more and more scared of touring.
In my line of work, I've met some very interesting people, many different personalities, and many different people in so many different lines of work. For instance, like Mr. Guizar. Mr. Guizar is a civil rights attorney based in Los Angeles, East Los Angeles to be exact. And for those from the hood, East Los. The purpose of this gig was basically to do a bio video for him. Most of my clients in the business industry, we call them bio videos. It basically just talks about who you are, what you are, and what service you provide. And they put it on websites, or they utilize it for commercials, and we can cut it up and chop it up for like social media, making 30 to 40 second ads. So it was really cool to sit down with Mr. Guizar and document about his life and where he's come from, and, you know, how he got to where he is now. So Mr. Guizar is a really interesting person. He deals with a lot of civil rights cases, and really his main expertise is police shooting.
I was born in East LA and raised in Northeast LA, and I got involved in unfortunately, a lot of gang activity and troubles, and I ended up in and out of jail, and through some miracle, I ended up going through a special program for juvenile delinquents, and I became a college student, and that itself was a big accomplishment for me. And then I thought, what could I do to really make a difference? And thinking about what my mom had gone through and what I had gone through as a gang member, and all the things all the injustices that I had seen in the community, made me feel like a lawyer would be probably the best thing I could do.
Fresno police body cam video shows police pulling over and demanding that Freddie Centeno hit the ground.
The man's family suing Fresno Police Department over this death. The man was unarmed, mentally ill.
But under the post-training, police officers are required by law to justify every single shot that they fire.
The mother of a 14-year-old boy shot and killed by LA police says they're lying about what happened.
I work exclusively on police shooting cases, although I also handle catastrophic personal injury cases. We have a large firm, and my partners work on the personal injury cases. If they need me to help on the cases, I do, and I could do trials on those cases as well. But my passion is on the police shooting death cases. Every single time I represent somebody, I feel their pain. I was mistreated by the police, and I know what the families go through, particularly the mothers, how they suffer. It gets to me. In police shooting cases, they want answers for what happened to their loved one. They really want answers, because what happens when a police shooting case occurs, they seal off the area, they gather all the evidence, they have their powwows with police officers that come, they don't let the public come in, and they create their own narrative. And they misstate the facts and they lie to the public all the time. Unfortunately, it never fails. And so my role as a lawyer, I like to uncover everything that they did that was fake, that was untrue. I like to show it to my clients, and even if it's a bad case, even if their child misbehaved and the officers could justify using force, I want to at least give my clients the truth.
All right, to wrap it up, we're gonna go back in time. And I have a lot of footage that just kind of sits in all these drives that I have. And sometimes I never had an opportunity to go ahead and to cut it and put it together and post it on YouTube. So a lot of it's been kind of sitting around. So I figured, hey, why not go into the vault, pull something out, and go ahead and share it right here on Wackoe's Adventures. So check this one out right here. This is Army of the Pharaohs over at the Observatory, courtesy of my boys over at Out the House Productions. So shout out to Droops. And yeah, scope it out. Army of the Pharaohs, Jedi Mind Tricks.
Mutilate, massacre mummies that's coming to maim you. Sit upon horseback with the skull of an angel. I get never seen God, but I'm suddenly able. I was struggling with life, now I'm luckily stable. It's like a long cold knife that's stuck in the navel. Y'all a snake oil salesman living a fable. If you ain't never been to hell, then I'm willing to take you. Death isn't an issue, but I'm willing to enable. I will take your fucking food while it's still on your table. The hunger pains is stunning, man, feeling is fatal. I ain't never gonna leave, cause feeling is faithful. Tully Blanchard, old Anderson, still in the
From the land of lost dreams and broken pavements, kids get killed right where Edgar Allan Poe wrote The Raven. Our great granddad.
All right, that wraps it up for another episode. This was a little quick one, but don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you hit me up on Instagram. Don't forget, you can check out last episodes at the end of this video. So I'll catch you guys on episode 15. Peace.
I'm sorry.